Welcome to part 6 of Naruto Ultimate Harem Marmalade party reading. Listener discretion is advised. Extremely advised. This scene contains a scene which I will not be saying out loud at any time, ever. So if the omission of it offends you, tough. So, without further ado, on to the main event. A left parentheses colon. Tintin was hungry for the lunchings. Ops. It was 11:39 in of being for the morning, and after some carter practice, she was ready of snackings. She was looking through the storage rack, thinking of wanting a sandwich. Hey, now, Spooter, there's some bread. Where's the marmalade? Hey, Isaribi, you haven't seen the marmalade, have you? I left it in Naruto's tent snack later on, but I haven't checked. Ask him. Are you okay, Sakura? I'm okay, Tintin. Sakura quickly ate another chip to avoid my questions. Being of good ninja, Tintin of course noticed this and headed over to Naruto's big tent, asking for with him. Sweeping aside the tent flap, she saw Yakumo hanging over Naruto as he stroked his hair and whispered to him. Oh, am I... No, it's alright, Tintin, said Yakumo. She sat up on the cushions and Naruto waved forever. So what's up, shawty? I was just wondering if you knew of where the marmalade is? An anime effect arrow stabbed Naruto through his back, but he recovered good. I don't know, must be all gone or something, he said, scratching the back of his neck. You think you could head down into the village and get some? Well, I want the chocolate douches too. Yeah, I'll go down in a minute. And make sure you get 2 jars. Oh, I thought only you and Isaribi liked this stuff, 2 jars? Tintin leaned in for whisperings of the sexy in Naruto's ear. I need 1, so you can be showing me what you and Sakura did with the other one. Naruto became a nosebleed, which he wiped as he gulped and get up. In a surprisingly short time, Naruto and Sakura were down together in Konoha, split up for fapping separately. Naruto was going to the Galneryus store to buy the lemon marmalade. He got winks from a couple dudes and tons of women, and started using of back asses to get to the store after he sensed someone following him. He snuck of the ninja up to the door and walked in as of owning, like he was of not being new and nothing special. Finding the marmalade was quick. It was on aisle 7 with dildos and coloring books and duct tape. He snatched up the 2 large jars like of boss, and whistled a tune of Don't Mind Me as he walked through the aisles back to the cashier. It was of ninja he seemed to know, like of many people in Konoha, but not sure of. You saw me, you sexy beast. Oh, no, more like tail beast, and yeah, it's all. Then that will be done real, yo. Naruto pulled a garbage hand from his anus and opened it to retrieve the money to pay. The cashier made a call me hand sign as he left, and then Naruto felt the watchings again as he came out of the store. A quick scan did not reveal an obvious place, but he heard a commotion down the street, so he decided to check it out. It was of Moegi, looking bruised. Then, as of nightmare that kept getting worse, he see of ball gag in mouth, and then of older guy behind her smacking her butt.
Rainbowy ponies
and shove the other arm into the hole there. Naruto now noticed people were of watching in the street and of cheering, but he only of ignored them and picked up Moegi and the marmalade and headed back to the base. The girls gasped as they saw Naruto, and Bachiko had of scary conclusions of jumping to, but in any case all was worried by the blood. Oh, Moegi, what happened?
Mizuki had me, but then Naruto came. He beat him. Naruto saved me.
How bad are you hurt? Shizune asked, talking over.
Well,
Then Moegi was over crying and sunk down to her knees with big wailings. Sakura picked her up and went with Shizune to their tent. Naruto went to his tent big, taking breaths of calming as he entered tent and flopped down on pillows like a flaccid penis. He was beginning to think of all his girls, Amy, Bachiko, Hana, and the older girls like Samu and Eureka. He was of liking them all in different ways and amounts. Risa was a nice, cool girl, very actiony. Tintin was cute in her own way, very determined but also nice. Tamaki, who he didn't know very well, but was okay to have around. And then there were girls of like Hinata and Sakura, who he knew of really good and had special feelings for both. He was of thinking all about Sakura, and her smiling and yelling and hitting him, and also of hug when after pain was gone, and saying she loved him and not really meaning it, and more yelling. Naruto thinked of Hinata too, and all her followings and shy talkings, and of saying she was for being love him, and fought pain when he was down. He thinking of his friend love with Hinata, but then he remember of other things like Azukaran, or funny moment of Sasame, or cute moment of Tintin, or Yakumo, or gentle things of Shizuka, or Samui, or Amy, or just bunches of things that be of clutter mind. It'd feel like trying to juggle buttloads of pink fluffy chainsaws made of glass, being of a difficult thing he not keep all of only one. It seemed like a really long time, but it was only just a few minutes until some girls came into the tent, of Hinata and Tintin and Samui and Tokiwa and Amy and Yakumo and Tamaki and all of coming in, but he seen no after Sakura came in, only of looking for her. Don't speak, Naruto, just let's rest. And so, one by one, the others walked over, and made of big, gentle group huggings. Sakura and Hinata will again to be of the closest. The day passed of quiet, with the girls giving Naruto quiet snugglings. In the evenings, Shizune and Moegi were already out, preparing dinner, of a fishy stew and rice. It was smelling good, to being for the mouthwater of the other girls. Oh. But they gave little sniffies of delight as they hovered closer to the fire and cooking pots. There was a big feast filling out there, like of a celebration. The mood lightened like as of a boron buttocks mass orgy, and Naruto was about to ask of what had been put in the stew when again they heard of people coming over the ground wall. It was ninja, 3 of them. It was being of the Mizukage, a girl of long blonde hair and eyes like Hinata, and an older girl who gave air to make Naruto think of Anbu. Pardon us for our innocent reason, said the Mizukage, who flipped her long hair over her shoulder. My name is of cold Mate Arumi, and I'm currently the Mizukage of the Land of Water. May curtsied, and the blonde chick stepped forwards. My name is Shion, the High Priestess of the Land of Ogres. The dangers reach even onto my lands, and I hurried here to be of assistance. But of course, Sakura remembered the promise Naruto made after defeating Morio. Only be of surprise to Shion for the travelling all the way to the land of Anus Fire. Shion gave of courtesy as well, and the lady Naruto thought of as Anbu stepped up, being of ash blonde hair, and who seemed super fit, shaped like Risa, and still ladiness in her shape. My name is Kamochi, and an humble servant of my village. The then lady came up again and spoke with ladishness. If it is not too much, we would have liked to join you with the group and short sweat fish soup. Well, Naruto saw had plenty of the fish stew, and guessed to calibrate it there was enough for the sharing. There are a lot of us here, but you're welcome to stay and eat with us. Naruto looked to Karen, but she seemed to know his question and shake head a tiny bitch. Here is a blow, Lady Mizukage, said Shizune. Dinner is served. So they all lined up with Shizune and Oigi as servers, and now there was a big ring around the campfire, like going of a big family gathering, and Naruto begins to think all is here for him somehow or another. Goro sat next to Naruto on his right as he ate, and Isuribi at his left. Hinata and Sakura were across from him, and he catches them to look over at him sometimes. So, Naruto said to the Mizukage and Shion and Bakumachi, what brings you all here? Amy almost blurted out, your penis, but decided that would be in bad taste. Well, it was quite the experience in Killer Bee's group, to say the least, but after I joined it, it seemed his priorities weren't in the right place.
Meaning he was only to sex with Kage,
Shinton thought. So after he withdrew, resigned from the competition, I set about finding just the right joint to join. Shion picked up, taking a look from me.
I was in the midst of a tour with my nation's temples when Toby made the announcement, so I altered my route to Kanoa instead. There would be a greater number of armed forces. And also I made an offer to a nigger of your village.
Shino blushed a bit and ate upon her stew. So now Komachi swallowed and spoke up. I did not have to travel as these did, but I was apprehensive of this contest and have avoided climbing until now. And I just happened to come across the mighty Mizukage and High Priestess Shion navigating the village.
So you're from nearby?
Asked Naruto. Yes, Komachi nodded. Naruto was of nonplussed face, and after a bit Komachi saw. I was of thinking important niggers like you knew of us, Ando. Kakashi was your sensei after all. And you've met Yamato and Shizune, killed Agasso Komachi, who remembered her proper secret clearance, and didn't speak of Awa. Forgive my arrogance.
Nah, it's okay. Technically I'm only a guinea, so really there's no way I'd know any Ando except Kakashi-sensei. And who was that third person, did you say? We're on a short space, Lady Mizukage, cut in Shizune with smooth noticings. One of you may have to end up sharing a tent.
The lodge tent seems like it could sleep several, Komachi noted. Me and Shion nodded. Would you mind, Naruto? Asked May, and Naruto gulped and shook his head. Then that's settled. And please, everyone, just call me May. I'm young at heart as any of you. May gave a smile with winkings, and the group began to ease up with the fitting of Leela. Naruto was of getting nervous, knowing he had big night. Different.
I mean, I guess the girls are all impotent people, but Akage? I mean, what if she doesn't like it? And oh man.
And as of the nervousness grew as of a feisty caterpillar, just as Naruto's shape did, soon to be enwrapped of a cocoon before emerging as a stately butterfly. Naruto held back his nosebleed like he gave a damn.
Thanks for the food, Shizune and Moagi. I think I'll head over my tent to relaxicate.
Naruto felt the eyes of his harem on his penis as a snake to slither upon prey, readying the final kiss. Trying to walk calmly to his big tent, Naruto took a calming breath, thinking of only to face his Toby in last battle. But it no work for long, only until his tent was he of being for the inside. He then gave in and stroked his shape for a moment, before crawling onto a pile of cushions. He put his arms behind his head to rest, which he closed his eyes and do a bit. But it was no good. As he was still waiting, it got harder the longer he waited. He gave a grunt of frustration and looked to get up and grab one of the girls when they walked in with the Mizukage. Komachi and Shino walked over to a corner, taking a couple of cushions with them. Their asses shook like the buttocks of a 300-pound virgin, more tantalizing than Naruto twat at first. But his attention turned back to May. First she undid her top knot, her auburn hair now of being to fog reaching the ground, brushing of her ankles. Then she unzipped her dress, letting it fall to the floor, exposing her nipples and large breasts. For the Samoan Tokiwa, Naruto was of use to the size now, though he's still of not liking it much, and May pulled down and stepped out of her shorts, revealing her full sexiness shape, of slim and with big chesty shape. Gazing into Naruto's eyes, she moved forward,
feeling his chest and guiding him back down to the pillows. But only his super lusty looks give May at first. I'd kisses daring of Naruto, who finally grabbed May to him and kissed with passion of rhinoceros charging an infant kumquat. It was of heat he felt from May, hot breath full of sexy. It was of not normal the sexy May gave him. Naruto almost feel like sex toy that no control himself. But Naruto was of slow, trickling touch, and tongue over Naruto, where's the two names? And saved the big sexiness for kissing on his lips, till he nerve no stand anymore, and slammed the musicale on her back, and pounded shape into a girly tube with furious vengeance. May suddenly moaning as Naruto finally took her like a wanting, her pupils aching with the pent-up lustings, and then slam of May onto him, wrapping his arms around her waist, and holding her on his shape with full power as he throbbed in her, and gave her short sexings, May's legs flapping like wings of a redundant butterfly, Naruto grunting his pleasure. But May was of no tone with sexings. Naruto's shape was of buttery silkiness, which now allowed for bigger sexings, and Naruto determined to make May stop teasing and just sex him. So Naruto tried to slow down, but May kept him of high, slimy pace. Tired already? Only for this long for me, Naruto? May leaned in and gave of a hungry whisper. I'll outlast you, and once you've passed out, I'm going to fuck you so hard and long, I'll go numb and you will wake up. May gave of hungry grunt, and gave of shivery grin on Naruto. He tried to kiss her, but May of slap, and instead gave Naruto a big rat kiss on chest and throat, then would smother him with huge kiss of lips. Naruto forgetting to breathe on sex May's girly tube for a minute. Then May started to sex herself on Naruto, and he shouted her name over and over, and he tried to keep her ace, but gave up as May let out her gurges on him with big shuddery gorns and sexings, squeezing him with her long fingernails. And as she say, kept on, holding Naruto's arms down, her long red hair making a thin, lacy veil behind her head, and then Naruto passed out. When Naruto woke up, May was still of sexing him as say, her sweat dripping down and her breath heavy, and moaned of Naruto's name, saying, Take me there, take me there, take me there, May gave a real big shovel body, and still of gripping Naruto out to sex him, and was of being whimpering. Nadio, Carry, no, far. Oh, yes, right there, right far. Then May finally stopped the sexing Naruto and moved off to side. Old, little May still got it, showed them. Then she gave a big sigh breath and crawled over to where Komachi and Shion were. They shared a nervous, You want to follow that? Look. Then Shino crawled over with a cloth and a bottle of water. Shut up, Shion. It doesn't have to be all, that's just extra. You don't need that for the claim jutsu to activate. Shion nodded and snuggled up to Naruto's side. I know, Naruto, Shino whispered as she stroked Naruto's chest. But I have to continue the line of priestesses, and I've wanted to be with you ever since you helped defeat Morio. We can take it slow, I don't mind, as long as it happens. Shino kissed Naruto like a dream of eagles, smooth as sunlight on a virgin's penis. Naruto, have you heard of the chakra suit? Chakra suit? What's that? Well, Shino began, wetting the cloth and cleaning Naruto of it. It starts like this, with the male body ready to take action. Naruto had never known he was so flexible. Nearly an hour later, after being induced to the Chakra Sutra and its mystic sensations, Naruto's sexings were pretty tired. And yet Komachi had sat through the whole time, slowly undoing her hair and removing her pins, and stretching to get ready. She walked over, an odd, calculating look on her face. Komachi, don't think I can do too much. It might even take a while before I can. You know.
At least you're honest about it, Komachi chuckled, looking away. It's okay, Naruto. I mean, I haven't been exactly forthcoming, if you know what I mean. The sex was just not a priority for me. See, I used to dream of family being a woman, but...
But what?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't want to put you out of the mood. Komachi got down with Naruto, snuggling close with him, getting a feel of his body. With subtle hesitancy, she leaned in and gave Naruto a kiss, then leaned back to rest. The ash blonde Anbu guided his hand to her secret organ part, to her bootsy, and even to her girly tube even. She let Naruto and explore, and sex her slowly with his fingers, secret girly scent enticing Naruto and slowly helping him to get to shape again. It was a short sexing, only after to activate the jutsu, but to Naruto it felt just right. Komachi gave him another small kiss, and left him for her corner, giving him some space. Yet, despite his penis being tired and sore as a nigger slave, most of Naruto was still being awake. The sound of cushions was comfy, but he minded no rest. His mind raced to all the girls that were with him during the day, especially of Moegi.
Should I claim her? No, I won't be doing that. No, sir. But I still want to protect her. Ah, that's it. Maybe some of the girls could help, like Sakura or Bachiko or Hana. Or no group. Just ask all of them to do it. Oh, what was I doing with saving Moegi? Did Mizuki really deserve what I gave him? I think he deserved something. But what can I give Moegi now? Or any of my girls, really? How can I make sure Moegi has no more guys like that? Does she like it here with all the other girls? I need some fresh air to think.
So Naruto passed through the tent flap and into the moonlight, the stars shining like the eyes of a dead lamb. The silence was like a premature orginess, setting the time on the Hokage's head. He sees, for some reason, Sakura standing by Rapmart, of looking to the night sky. Kinda makes you feel lonely, huh? Sakura asked, seeing the stars of blue, white, all twinkling.
No. I actually used to stargaze a lot in my apartment with this cheap pair of binoculars. The stars always felt as of glow bugs, like I could pick one out and carry it with me.
There was more awkward kind of moment when Naruto scooted closer and closer to Sakura. Then he put an arm around her and leaned down to give her a kiss. Sakura returned, and they shared a magical look into each other's eyes.
Sakura, do you love me?
Naruto,
I do love you, but my feelings for you aren't the same as my ones I feel for Sasuke.
But Naruto looked hurt and turned to walk away.
No, Naruto,
Sakura jogged after him.
I didn't want to lose Sasuke, and you were always doing your hardest for me, and were always around for me, and now I didn't want to lose you either. Why is it of Sasuke Sakura? What is it of he have I down?
Naruto continued his stony walkings.
Naruto, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked to Big Sasuke. Please stop walking away. I love you, Naruto. I love you. Please come back over here. I need you now.
Naruto was of no more being with the stony walkings, but he knew of no turn back to Sakura, only stare up into night sky. Sakura hurried over again, and seed of Naruto was of cry sparkly quiet tears, and this of made Sakura to start of being with a crying too, and she hugged Naruto and cried to his chest, and he no turn pushed her away.